Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am Aim Fleet, and I'm of course by Elastic,
Hi.
and we are ready for for match number 2 tonight of
Match
the
number two, that's it.
the ANZ Pro League. It's going to be SYF versus ViewSonic DarkSided.
ViewSonic of the DarkSide and SYF, two good teams right here. It's going to be a bit more evenly balanced on the surface than last match. Of course, last match we learned it doesn't matter how it looks on the surface because both teams can show up on the day.
That is it. Last seed versus about third seed last match, and it went to the wire. Especially map number 1, Oregon was so close. But this one we've got SYF versus DarkSided, going to be much closer. And let's have a quick look at DarkSided's lineup here. We've got Virtue, Cutie, Specker, Fletch, and Jack Daddy.
These are two new players. Their lineups, the removal of some old ones after last season. We've got Virtue and Specker. Virtue, I know about him. He's an amazing player. He's been in the game for about a season on PC now, and he did amazingly last season. I'm definitely keen to see what he has to bring to the table. I don't know much about Specker though.
Yeah, I'll have to be interested to see. But on their opposing side, SYF, this is a team that we know very. We have Redolent, Vast, God Legion, Shabs, and joining them, Joey G.
Joey G. Joey G is from Taboo though.
Yes, Joey G is from Taboo. It's interesting to see Joey skip from Taboo to that. Like, Taboo's in Pro League, right? Like, I didn't imagine that.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
So he's gone from one Pro League team to...
I mean, if he thinks it's what's best for him, then he's got to do it. But Taboo seemed like a strong team to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't his choice.
You never know, man. Maybe it wasn't his choice. That is a good idea. But SYF Gaming, they're a very strong team. SYF are known as the Fnatic killers, the Mind Freak killers when they used to be Mind Freak. So very interesting to see what they're going to be able to do, being those Titan killers. DarkSided, a very big Titan in the ANZ scene themselves. So, it'll be interesting to see whether or not they keep that up or whether or not that's going to end up hurting them a little bit, because SYF they have struggled against some mid to lower tier teams, but they've consistently been able to be giant killers. So it'll be interesting to see what they manage to do. But looking at our first map, it is going to be Oregon.
Yeah, that's the match we saw last game against.
It's interesting to me that we're seeing Oregon first twice tonight.
Yeah, it says a bit about the state of the game right now.
Well, It does. Oregon is by far one of the most standard, most normalized maps, and I think that it is going to be very important for us to see it. Of course, the other thing we're going to have to touch on quickly is band operators. So yeah, we saw quite a diverse cast banned last time between the 8 possible bans. I think we saw 6 unique bans.
Yeah, we saw Habana being banned, Mirror being banned. But Habana was massive.
It certainly was. So whether or not I expect to see Habana banned again, maybe in Oregon, it doesn't make that much of a difference because you just thermite the hatch anyway. So ultimately it won't make that much of a difference, but it'll be very interesting to see what we come out here. And we're about to get our answer in the next 20 seconds. So
SYF, they already know who they're banning straight away. They're coming into this prepared, and it's going to be Glaz.
Yes, Glaz. That is banned by SYF. Anyone on DarkSided knowing to be quite a good Glaz? It's Cutie. So it'll be interesting to see. That's a very nice targeted man.
Just in case you can't read the chat on the resolution, Cutie just expressed the fact that his life is over now that Glaz is banned.
Yes, he's a big Glaz player, but Blackbeard banned from DarkSided. Very quick bans coming in here out of the...
Yeah, Maestro. We saw Maestro have a big impact in some rounds last game. Not surprised to see him banned at this stage, but Yeah.
I don't think Maestro is ban worthy yet. That being said, he can definitely drop out unique strategies. Particularly if you don't know how to deal with him yet, he can be a good ban to get away.
Certainly. And this last ban coming out from SYF is going to be Vigil. Also, bit questionable. See, I think we're looking at bans as people want to ban massive operators. That's what I'm looking at it as, and we're saying this isn't really ban worthy, but I think ultimately it doesn't really matter.
Bans are a very targeted thing. Like,
if we look at this as like sort of a card-based strategy game, it's just like banning is removing some cards from the deck. But you can still win a game with any deck, I think. I don't play poker, but I'm assuming you can. And that's really what banning is. So it doesn't matter that much. It just defines the strategies that you can use. And as long as your team is prepared with lots of different strategies, it'll be alright.
Yeah, I'm very much... The visual ban is very much interesting to me. Is that targeted?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is anyone on DarkSided massive visual?
Protect your bombs from being
I don't
planted
think
by
so.
attackers.
I don't think there's anyone you look at him and you say they're...
I immediately went to say Warden, but he is not on this roster anymore.
Yeah. So
Reinforce the wall!
it's interesting that... It's interesting to see Vigil, man. They could, of course, just not want to having to deal with trying to drone him out. Vigil, of course, a very hard operator to lock down. Because you can't exactly drone him traditionally, like how you drone and clear other operators. So, maybe they just don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that could be it. Lots of different things it could be. Ultimately, we can read into it a million ways, but it could just be as much as they can't be bothered with
5
it.
seconds remaining.
We need to ask the team.
We are going to see a strong meeting ball
Attackers recover the
out of
diffuser.
SYF,
Attackers must locate
SYF
and
here.
defuse a bomb.
SYF, they are going to be on the defense. They do have 5 defensive rounds to push themselves through.
Initiate
And
jammer!
this has become a more and more of a common strat, a heavy hold in meeting. Do you think we're going to see the return of the tunnel rush?
The tunnel rush. Ooh. Well,
Especially
I
with the
mean,
prevalence of blitz.
if it was going to happen, it would have been with Blitz Todd was running. We're not seeing it right now. I don't think so personally. It's unlikely. You never know though. SYF's one of those teams.
Yeah, SYF are one of those teams. That's the thing to remember here. SYF are one of those teams to do these sorts of things. I am very interested to see what DarkSided's plan is to take this, as we're a minute down. They have yet to start trying to clear out meeting hall. They've opened it up a little bit, but nothing to a major extent. And with no other roamers, they have control of the entire map besides meeting.
Precisely. Right now, it's up to DarkSided to sort of start to make the push onto the objective. Really, not much can happen until then. It's just they're dancing back and forth. Might see someone drop back to side here. They're both going to go down.
Yes, not going to waste any time there. They realize that they're compromised and get out of dodge. They don't want to fit their lives. Maybe the right choice. Shabs, however, up top, because there was a third one with them. And Shabs is going to get spotted out. Now they know where he is. I don't know if Shabs is going to be able to do Jack Daddy pushing his way in.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be on the verge of a conflict right here, but nothing's going to happen just yet, which is perfect for Shabs because it just wastes time and keeps him alive. This is exactly what SYF want.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they know. Oh, wow. Shabs almost managing to land a little peek there. Nothing coming of it. However, Shabs just wants to waste time, right? Like, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to resource away from the main push, which he does successfully. He also manages to make Jack Daddy pay for his life for his issue.
Much now with a 4v5 with 35 seconds
Oh,
to go.
wow.
He's making the cutie though. Not on Glaz. Might save him with that scope. He can take him down at that range. Looks like he's going to be dropping in a sight. Flash is coming out, pushing forward. He sees one behind the mirror. He gets him with a free fire. He can take down the mirror as well.
That's a 3k for Cutie right there. Vast going to trade back onto Spec as he manages to gas him. Joey taking out Cutie in reply though. Puts an end to that rampage. Virtue getting himself gassed out as well. So now it is a 2 versus 1. It's all up to Virtue. 10 seconds left. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He managed to drop down. He does have the diffuser, but Vast is going to sit there and take him up as he peeks out. What a round from Cutie.
Yeah, after Cutie's little like sort of rush into sight and start to kill everyone there, I thought that was going to be a DarkSide round for sure. I thought they'd be able to take advantage, but it looks like they all just fell apart with that smoke grenade.
So essentially, I don't think no one got a kill besides Cutie that round for DarkSided. Right, so or 100 right now, 100% of DarkSided kills Cutie.
I believe you may be right.
Oh, I'm 100% right. I'm only wrong when Monkey's around. So
Well, leave now monkey.
But no, so it's going very, very interesting for DarkSided. I don't think that's what DarkSided wanted to do. Well, 100% that's not what DarkSided wanted to do, lose your first round. But to lose in such dominated fashion, I'm just... So it's like DarkSided need to... They need to not mentally crumble, right? And that is one of DarkSided's biggest issues traditionally. They've been a very emotional team. So I think that if they try to if they let the emotions get to them too much, they're just going to crumble and it's going to be a very quick 6-0.
Yeah, that's definitely something that could happen. I think the fact that DarkSide didn't win the first round surprises me a bit. I thought that they'd be the team that goes into it stronger. As we're saying, we always talk about SYF as sort of fanatic killers, but they're a bit inconsistent.
Oh, yeah, very.
Oh, yeah, sorry. When I say a bit, I mean they're one of the most inconsistent teams in ANZ.
Like, SYF are the team, they're going to go in and, 6-0 Fnatic, or else they're going to go lose to a bunch of golds in a go for. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's one of those teams, right? Like,
It's a harsh but accurate way of putting it.
So to see which SYF turns up is always, you could almost place bets on it. Start a bookkeeping business out of SYF, but it's good to see that the strong SYF has turned up so far. Such a dominating round. If it wasn't for Cutie that last, SYF would have absolutely crushed.
Oh yeah, if Cutie wasn't there, it would have looked way more crushing. Cutie just made the scoreboard make it look like DarkSide didn't lose that bad, but ultimately, I guess you can see this DarkSide losing that bag, that round. What am I saying?
Four members without a single kill is a bit embarrassing. Like on your first round,
Their plan just didn't seem to have any structure behind them. But right now, DarkSide are having another chance at attacking, and at the moment, they're going to be opening up a bit right here. Sort of figure out where they're pushing from and start to open these angles up and start covering, but I just can't see any structure to it right now. They're just sitting around shooting bullets at the wall.
This is a master bedroom take. Not a master bedroom, sorry. This is a small dorms take that they're going to try. Small dorms plan. They got the Capitao. This is one of my favorite plants to do if you set it up properly. Oh no, they've had the wall bug. So unfortunately, they've had the wall, which means that well, you destroy it. And oh no! Oh no! That is so unfortunate for DarkSided.
It's definitely not the best. Because right now they're gonna have to figure out how to play around this.
That is so unfortunate for DarkSide. They're gonna have to do something different, and with only 50 seconds left, they need to come up with something quickly.
Yeah, for sure. 45 seconds, and they're all around this doorway right here. Capitao's going to be doing some magic with that cartridge of his flamethrower. And right now they're crushing.
Out. The smoke nade comes out as well. Vast picks up key and put the other guy rampage. Jack that
Activating the
jab. Even it up for the plan. Actually manages to go down. So despite DarkSided having such an unfortunate hand dealt to them in regards to that bug, oh wow, what a tag there. They have managed to take it out. Jack Daddy finds Goblin, takes out Redolent down, but Fletch gets himself a double kill and puts an end to that. DarkSided, great adaptation, right? Like they were dealt a really, really rough hand with that glitch, with that bug. I don't want to say a glitch, with that bug, right? It was a very unfortunate hand to be dealt with because it just crushed their entire strategy. Yeah, and they had to come up with something very different very quickly.
I mean, it caught us off guard. It caught SYF off guard. It worked. It sucks and shouldn't have happened, but
they adapted beautifully, right? So
precise.
DarkSide had pushed their way in. They got the plant down. And they got the victory anyway. They managed to hold perfect. So while they were dealt a rough hand, that is beautiful play by DarkSide, and I think that shows the experience that this team has.
Exactly.
Like, okay, something's gone wrong. What do we do now? What's our priority? What do we have to do to get our desired outcome at this point? Like, you almost have to pretend that Haban is dead at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. He really couldn't have made an impact anymore in that round, and they had to come up with a way to go around what happened, and they really just did what no one expected. It worked out for them beautifully. They've got a round off it. And that round was honest. Not a lot of teams could have done that.
No, I don't think a lot of teams could have done that. I think only Fnatic and maybe Atletico would have been the only ones to be able to adapt to...
I honestly think it's a bit of a luck thing.
Yeah, being able to adapt to that. Successfully pulling it off has a bit of luck, but being able to make the call so quickly that says, right, this is what we're going to do, let's forget it, let's move on. Not letting it sit there and affect you in the moment is very few teams can do that, right? Getting the win's quite lucky, but not letting it affect you, like, not letting it completely wreck your game and just say, oh, well, we only lost this round because of this. No, we have to do something different. Let's do this. It's a great mindset. It's a great mental state to be in. And this game is affected by the mental state a lot. But moving back onto this round, we are seeing a Dokkaebi out of Virtue.
Yeah, Dokkaebi, we saw being pulled out last round by Virtue. He got a kill with it. He's using it to support the plane, I believe.
I think you're right. They're dropping the logic bomb when they go to plant. It's just one more thing that they have to do. It just gives you a bit of time.
Oregon's one of the better maps as well. It's also close quarters. You can hear them essentially no matter where you are in the bomb site.
Oh, 100%. So it's Dokkaebi is very underrated. Just the sound cue she gives off is incredible. But it does look like we're going to see another master bedroom here by DarkSided. If it ain't broke, don't fix.
Precisely.
You know, it worked for them last time, albeit adapted. And that's not reinforced again. Do you reckon it's going to bug out again?
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well,
otherwise.
that sounded like a much more complete explosion.
I like my explosions complete.
Yep. It's very rude when you're...
Precisely.
But yeah, so the wall is open, and so they can do it this time. They're not going to be subjugated to the bug again. So they are going to be able to push their way through. And we'll have to see how successful they can be this time.
Yeah, if anything, it's going to work for their favor in this round because they won't know what they'll do. Yeah, well, they won't. The other team won't know what they're going to be doing right now because they're not prepared for it after last round.
Yeah. Fletcher being tagged up a fair bit from that master bedroom. Fast managed to do a bit of work there through the shield, through that very small gap in the shield that they put down.
And right now, they're just going to be waiting around in that master bedroom for Virtue to get in position, I believe. He's going to hop on this window over here. That logic bomb's coming out. I think the plant might be happening in a second. Smoke grenades will be going through. And here we go. Yep. Plant from DarkSided about to happen. They're going to be going right up against that mirror. It's been open though. Redland sprays through there.
Spec is flashed up. Redland going to be looking.
He's going to take him down though.
Manages to find Spec up. Stops the plant. He gets himself a second. Redland going to get the pre-fire through onto the down fletch. And there we go. The logic bomb goes out. But after all said and done, it is now left in a 1v3. Jack Daddy is all that is left. He sees one, doesn't manage to go for the kill. Using that ACOG in such close quarters is not going to work for him. And the C4 from Shabs below.
No way.
DarkSided just get dropped there as the smokes did not last long enough for that plant.
No, they really didn't. The plant to go up right against the mirror and plant was quite abysmal. It really, they just opened the mirror, shot straight through once the smoke lit. It really didn't work out at all for DarkSided.
No, it didn't. I'm actually really surprised. I really like the idea of going up to plant up right against the mirror. However, it comes to the fact that if they'd planted on the far left side in the corner next to the reinforced mirror, that would have gone differently. I think they would have got the plant down there. Yeah,
and that might have been the difference.
Yeah, I think they would have got the plant down there. But because they were planting like front and center, right in front of the mirror, it just didn't go down.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think if they had someone on white stairs being able to cut off that position mirror was playing as well, much like Todd was doing for Atletico with Blitz, that could work splendidly as well.
Oh yeah, I'd actually love to see that strategy come up again where Blitz takes control of the white stairs, except you know, you don't charge into the site after you take control of white stairs. You hold it.
It's a good idea, not throwing your life away.
Yeah, so I would like to see how strong that strategy would be with, you know, a Blitz actually holding his position on the white stairs and holding control of that wall. I think that could be a much stronger option.
Yeah, so right now, headed into this next round, the favourite is going to be an SYF court, as they are 2-1 right now. Ultimately, we've got a similar sort of lineup coming out from DarkSided, except Jack Dad has hopped on Lion this time. So he's not going to be on that Ash fragger roll. But what have you been doing with Ash? Just sort of holding the flank?
Yeah, he's very much been looking after their rear, making sure that they're not going to get flanked, making sure that they're, you know, making sure there's not going to be like a random shabs coming up behind them. He's been roaming. But it's interesting that SYF haven't been destroying Atletico through their flanks, through the front.
They have.
DarkSided, sorry. Through the
Atletico.
front.
Sorry, yeah, DarkSided. What are you doing to me? DarkSided. They're sort of setting up these elaborate pushes and then sort of just running in and expecting the defenders to be overwhelmed by what's happening. They're not overwhelmed.
Oh no, not at all. SYF are a better team than that. They're a more experienced team than that. And actually, speaking of which, Jack Daddy getting in a bit of a fight on this window. Shabs is below though, so he's not sitting up the top where they expected him to be. He was on the second floor.
He is, and Joey's backing him up, making sure no one comes up in his flank. Jack Dad, when that flashbang went off though, while the sound still blocking out Shabs' ears, he's ran away, so it's just going to be wasting the defender's time.
Stay back.
Be losing on that one too much. And Specker opening up this wall right here. Gonna start to pressure out the downstairs site. Looks like God Legion though, still roaming in the mini hall.
Yep, he's in a very good spot. I don't look. He just dropped. Whether that was intentional or not, I think it's very important that SYF do manage to maintain the control. Jack Daddy though is going to take out Shabs, saying that Roma is going to.
Another one is going to start heading up though. Fletcher's drone will be taken out. Joey is going to rotate down, chucking a Legion mine. Watch his back, and Jack Dad is going to have to make sure no one comes up these stairs while he is not looking. But I think that's going to be the flank secured for now at least.
Yeah, that Legion mine's going to do enough to secure that stairwell as well. I don't believe that the stairwell is. It's probably not going to be pushed. Like, let's be honest, it's probably not going to be pushed. The Legion mine will be enough to gather if it is. The warning can be there. But speaking of Legion mines, that was, I believe, Virtue stepping in one on the main stairs. And,
just slows him down a bit, not too much.
Yeah, DarkSided at the moment don't really seem to have some semblance of a plan, do they?
Exactly. They've got a lot of utility left. They've got 2 E1Ds. They've got 1 logic bomb. Some flashbangs are starting to come out. Maybe this is the start of something. All gathered around that front hatch, and here we go with the Lions. E1Ds.
Candela comes out. It doesn't manage to stop anyone, but gas bags are coming out. They're back. He's only got 1 left. And, oh wow, the fire out of Fletch is going to take out. And Hughes gets himself another one. Fletch is going to pick up us from the, going to pick up Fast. He actually covers the planter. Cutie with a 4K though as he takes out Gorg. That's the second 4K for Cutie.
There we go. It just walks right into his cross.
Yeah, that is the second 4K for Cutie. He's done so much work.
Cutie doesn't need no glares. He's a strong and independent in player. Now, 2-all right now. Pretty even. We're going to see who takes the last round of DarkSided's attack. I think, I'm not
Spectre on a double donut.
Yeah, Specker, he's been playing utility ops. He's been on Havana. And,
God Legion on that, double donut as well.
Well, it's, you know, it's a team game.
It is a team game, but God Legion is a better player than that.
Could be doing stuff for the team. I mean, donuts are tasty. Doesn't matter.
Want that Donut King sponsorship? But
sure, but let's continue. They're probably doing stuff for the team, but right now in this last round, they want to just secure this. I'm sure they do want to get some kills. I'm with you on that one, but ultimately they're going to be setting up the meeting hall once again for a sort of roam. I think that DarkSided sort of got lucky with their attack there. They left it very late. They were lucky to take out the smoke in the corner. They had, I think, all 5 of their members alive at the end, but it was still a bit dodgy. It was the end of the round. Bit safer plays by SYF. Probably could have won it for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I definitely think that there was no overall tactic or push from DarkSided. Like there was so much time in the middle of the game that was just wasted.
Yeah,
like it was just burnt. It wasn't efficient use of the time. While there's nothing wrong with a last minute push. Shabs?
You know what? There is something wrong with Shabs.
Shabs?
He's sitting in the garage. What's he doing?
Hoping he's not gonna
please
get
don't make
thrown
this. Like a Cavero was enough for one day. Please.
He's got.
Oh,
What? What? What was that from Fletch?
Seeing a lot of interesting things today. Todd's Cavero might not be the most interesting. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I'm a little miffed. I don't think like Fletch 100% didn't mean to do that. Like, what was he doing? Because he wasn't trying to shoot a drone, an attacker. But Shab's still waiting for his perfect
Gold
moment.
Legion, he's gonna get down and down the hat.
Yeah,
That is lucky.
yeah. He manages to get down. But he gets downed in the process. But he manages to get down while he's in a safe area. So that's a pickup. 50% health reset, and the logic bomb has come out. So Shabs is forced to move with that logic bomb, and DarkSided is there waiting for it. Fletch picks up the kill. So after all that, Shabs manages grand total of nothing.
Shabs just got a bit spooked by that logic bomb. I think if he maybe stayed in the garage, tucked himself away in a corner, they might not even have heard it.
Probably not. I want to say that they probably would have. They probably did. But I do agree with you that he should have attempted to turn off his phone. Because now
he rushed out hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best isn't enough.
And if he's rushing out because he's worried that they've heard, rushing out's not going to do much because you know what? They know you're there. Rushing out only works if they don't know you're there.
He panicked.
He panicked 100%. But moving on, 50 seconds left. 4 versus 5. This is going to be a very explosive end of the.
And there we go. Candela's once again the favourite of DarkSided. They're going for the plant behind this. No, they're not going for the plant.
As he steps in a goo mine, he has to run back out, take it out. Vast, there's a little gap in the smoke there that Vast can see. He's actually going to block off the entire thing. The next gas, now he comes out, he stops it. Specker is going to get down. Specker gets gassed to death as he sits there and chokes in the corner. Jack Daddy finds Joey G in reply, and Redolin takes out Cutie. Fletch is going to trade back onto Redolin though, and God Legion finds Fletch pulling out a goo mine. So that makes it a 2 versus 2 right now with a health advantage in DarkSided's favor. How are they planning on pushing this? 10 seconds left. Why did you do that, God Legion? Did not need to get aggressive. You have control of the diffuser. Vast's going to take out Virtue though. 1 versus 1, 1 second left. He manages to stay alive. What an ending to that half.
That was incredible. 2v2 went down to a 1v1. The second Mute picked around the corner there and got taken down. I thought that might have been it because Smoke was trapped in the cupboard and he was getting pinched in by Virtue on that Dokkaebi, but he was so lucky that he could get the advantage in that fight, take him out, and then hide around the corner there.
Yep, absolutely. I really have to question God Legion's decision to jump out from behind his mirror cover. Like, he had a reinforced mirror to look through, and he went charging with 10 seconds left after. Like, he just got so greedy. There wasn't a need to do that.
Yeah, really. He was lucky it worked out for his team, but that could have been on him if it went badly.
Absolutely. We're actually seeing Thatcher. Thatcher, of course, was banned in the last matchups. We didn't see it. And we haven't seen it yet, I don't think.
I mean, he's got that beautiful elite skin.
He's got that beautiful elite skin.
20% bonus to start.
If only style was the, an actual important factor. But if you are going to lose, you may as well do.
Are you predicting a loss from SYF?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, I predicted at the start of the game. I'm probably going to change my prediction now, though, because at the moment they're putting up quite a fight, and DarkSided seem to be confused in their pushes.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what's going on. Spec is still on that double donut. Still on that double donut. This is Spec's first play for DarkSided, I do believe. Like, this is his first debut.
I think so. I'm not familiar with the name, so I mean, maybe it's someone else who's changed the name. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I'm familiar with him. Could be a new pickup by DarkSided. It's a bit strange because DarkSided is typically one of the better teams in ANZ, and I mean, they dropped a player like Warden, who I'm not sure the reason behind that. I'm not going to go into it, but I mean, to pick up someone who's untested in Pro League for someone over Warden, it's a bit strange. I want to know their reasoning behind it.
That is a very strange decision. And especially with the performance of Specker so far, I don't think it hasn't been... It's been a bit disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing against the
Like 5 rounds, not even an assist.
Disappointing isn't a bad thing though, because it means you can come back from it. If Beckett can come out with just some magnificent team play that we're seeing coming up, I'm hoping we're going to see him up, because I want to see why DarkSided picked him up. He's got a lot to prove right now, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He has a lot to... Their other new pickup, Virtue, is going really well. But of course, Virtue is a very proven player.
Virtue's an incredible player. I don't think it matters what team you put him in. God Legion, first kill of the round onto Jack Daddy.
With that frag grenade, beautiful use of a frag grenade being able to pick up a kill. And, oh, it's in the corner too. Wow, that's nice. They do see one in the attic, so they know QD is up there. What QD is going to... Does QD know he's been spotted out? He didn't shoot the drone. Don't know if he knows he's been spotted. And we'll have to see how this plays into SYF's attack.
Yeah, still just... This is the first attack by SYF we will go back into. And they're going to set the tone for the remainder of their attacks. Right now, QD, they're just leaving him alone right now. Isn't a bad decision. They just can't control the meeting hold on. They have to be ready for a flank later on.
Yeah, they have to be... That's it. They just have to be very ready for a flank. 100% QD is going to be flanking. He's going to be flanking anytime because he Redolent is actually the one who's watching that. By the looks of it.
Shabs, I believe, just proning in the kitchen, watching that cross into meeting hall.
Yeah, but if he comes out from the side, then it doesn't.
Oh,
God Legion. That's his
double
second
grenades.
nade kill. 2 nades and he gets 2 kills. Spec is going to continue that double up this round. As, oh wow, Cutie manages to not get spotted. As Redolent gets shot by Virtue through the smoke, Shabs is going to trade back onto Cutie. That massive nothing as Fletch gets himself a double kill. God Legion changed him straight back. That only leaves Virtue left alive in a 1 versus 2. There is little to no utility left on the attacking side though, and he still has that nitros.
This could be interesting. 1 man, 1 mirror, and 2 attackers pushing onto him. I think they're going to have to drop this hatch. Diffuser is at the front. It's going to be with God Legion. He's just running around trying to get it. C4 coming out. He's worried about someone hitting him. Is the plant going to start?
Plant has started.
Oh!
But Virtue manages to have the plant. Has to
No.
He stops it!
Why?
He stops it! Why?
Unnecessary worrying. That was just
Why?
ridiculous.
You
That's the
have
worst
to
thing you
commit.
could...
You have to commit at that point. That's a panic. Through and through, that's a panic.
Yeah, 100%. Just a spur of the moment decision to stop planning that is just utterly pointless and
Yeah.
will not get your team anywhere.
Absolutely, but great round by Virtue though.
Oh yeah, Virtue. I think he would have won that regardless. I believe.
Yeah, great round. Well, yeah, because he was tracking down the planter anyway. I don't think the planter had enough time to get that diffused down in any way, shape, or form. But very, very great round by Virtue. He played that very, very well. He did panic throw the C4, like it was way too early.
Yeah.
Especially considering that he threw that because the person, I can't remember who it was, would hit a goo mine. So he immediately panicked through the C4. If he'd waited for a little bit, he probably could have got it.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think ultimately there's ifs and ahs, but we'll see how it goes next time. But right now, I think the biggest change that DarkSided need to make in their pushes right now is just maybe a bit more aggression earlier on, because they're leaving it quite late. And we saw then that luckily that was their defense. Sorry, I'm talking not DarkSided, SYF. They had everything sorted out. They had some nice flank watches, but then they just left it too late.
Absolutely. It's that
10 seconds left.
it's that middle section of the time frame that's just not being utilized. That middle minute,
5 seconds. to
it just
insertion.
doesn't get used. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's being wasted so much by both teams, but it's definitely favoring the defenders here.
Attacker's bomb diffuser
sure.
has been dropped. Attackers
Um,
recover the diffuser.
Very interesting by DarkSided, putting a lot of effort into the kitchen and dining room. Whether or not that actually gets pushed, we'll have to see. There is essentially 3 different pushes you can do for this bomb site. One is, take control of tower and attic, and you do a push through that. The other one is you come in through the west side, which is what DarkSided are set up to defend against. And then you have a come in from the east side, come in from armory and master bedroom. So it'd be interesting to see exactly how SYF used to attack this Jack Daddy. Just sitting around as shotgun shells go all around him.
C4 out the window. It's gonna get caught in the glass though. Just destroy that destructible camera. It's a bit of a shame actually.
How was the glass still there?
They'd
They'd smacked it 11 times. How was the glass still?
I am not sure. Good point.
That is interesting. Because that was melee, so that C4 should have gone out. I argue the kill.
I'm not sure. I think it was a bit too far away from the window, but it's a bit interesting. We'll say.
Yeah, very interesting that the glass still managed to get. Anyway, these are the sorts of things you have to adapt and overcome mid-round. So, all said and done, Vast is the only one who's taken any damage, and it looks like he stepped on a lesion. But the nade's coming out from Shabs.
Oh, Virtue. Not going to be near enough to him to take him down.
Yep.
Vast still has claims though.
Attackers have dropped.
Virtue doesn't care.
No, takes out Shabs. Blackbeard, sorry, not Blackbeard, Lion sitting on that one. Vast as this Capitao. Trying to see if he can trade back on the Vert. At the moment, he's not certain about where they are going. God Legion finds Jack Daddy's head, manages to make that roll, and that makes it a very, very good fight.
Oh, there we
Virtue,
go.
though, getting second as he takes out us. Beautiful, beautiful work defending out of the bedroom there. Virtue gets himself another as he takes out God Legion. Virtue on the way to his ace right now.
Another one.
That's a 4K. Only Joey G left. Will Virtue go for the ace here? Or will they go for the win over the ace?
20 seconds left. Gonna be a confrontation soon.
Yeah,
He's gonna be
he's
forcing
hungry
his-
for it. His team is leading him
15 seconds
for the ace right now. You can see no one's
There
picking
we go.
anything. Virtue gets himself the ace. The first ace of the APAC.
DarkSided, one of the new pickups, proving himself. 5 kills in 1 round right there. Lovely work from Virtue. Pat on the back.
Yeah, great, great work. And I do. His team definitely left that for him.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like, let's.
it's the polite thing.
Yeah. The proper thing to do is to just take the kill and win the round. You're in the pro league.
Oh, sorry. I just want to point out, last round, while we were going to fill some time, and I was going to say, it's funny how we haven't seen the alibi. What have we got right here, Flea?
We've got our first alibi on Specker.
Because you know what I was thinking about it? I was thinking about it for when they were playing on those windows, just teasing around. If you just had some alibis set up throughout the room, you can just stand in the room and just fake it out with the alibis, which would have been interesting. They're going downstairs though, so
I honestly believe coming into this that alibi was not going to make as big an impact as Maestro.
I agree with you 100%. She's an interesting operator, and I think there's definitely some use for her, but I just don't think teams are prepared to sort of sacrifice an operator for her at the moment.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is not that she's not useful. It's that she's not as useful as other operators already within the meta, right? Already getting played.
Yeah.
So, what utility do you drop in order to bring alibi? That's the way up here.
On certain bomb site objectives, there are operators you can drop, but ultimately there's some better utility. But I always think that it's good to change it up every now and then, because no utility is necessary. You don't need a certain operator on certain sites. I mean, for some you do, Mira specifically, but You can always swap her out for another operator to keep the attackers off guard, and once in like 20 rounds or so, that can be super useful.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see where these alibis get placed as well, like where they're being used, how they're being used, and what exactly their goal is for. Because we can see them defending the kitchen. This is something I don't think we've seen so far in this matchup. We did, of course, see Outlaws run it. It was unsuccessful. But,
Yeah.
you know, so to see DarkSided take it, we'll have to see exactly how they're going to... And I'm very interested to see how the alibis are used in particular.
Bomb located by attackers.
I expect them to be placed around the meeting hall, the dining hall, sorry.
Perfect counter to it, though, is the Thatcher that Shabs is running, which is a bit of a shame because I want to see it used, but you might not get them all.
Yeah, he's still got one Prisma left on him. Of course, one of the best ways to use Alibi is to get spotted, place a Prisma, and then use that Prisma as bait.
100%.
So it's always good to have one Prisma still in your back pocket to use, especially if you are getting pinched like that.
Oh, cutie. He's being a sneaky snake up in the big tower up there.
Yeah.
Ton of snakes for real, and he is looking to get a couple of kills right there.
Yeah, above that tower, he's going to have a good control of anyone trying to sit outside the dining room door. But Shabs gets droned out. They do, of course, see the... So they know they're both there. Specker trying to use his alibi as shield. As the Prism, as a shield, sorry. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it will, because the bullets, you know, travel straight through it. Like, you're trading your life to spot out someone else. I don't...
Light isn't a very great armor.
A hologram isn't a great armor.
No.
But maybe he's hoping that they shoot the Prisma before they come around, thus announcing.
Reactions are very fine-tuned. It's... Ooh,
he's successful!
He gets 2 kills!
Becca! He enters the kill board in spectacular fashion, but then Joey, they shut him.
Yeah. And now Joey stands in the Prisma as well, which also detects you. Which seems he's not quite aware of. Looks like someone's rotated into the small tower. Is that Cutie?
Cutie. He is on the move. He managed to take out Redolent.
Oh, Joey! With the flick on the Cutie.
Yeah, managed to find him. That makes it 2 versus 3 right now. And they are finally going to take out that Prisma. And there comes one of the Yokais. Don't know if his second one's up actually at the moment. And oh wow, Flesh with free fire comes out, take that Joey. He is down, but Shabs successfully managed to stop the plant. The plant is going down. They need to trade it around one at a time. They need to stop it and time it. There we go. Jack Daddy pushes it through. Perfect timing. Manages to make Shabs commit to it.
So DarkSided seem to be picking it up a bit. Specker, that was a great 2 kills he got right there. The reactions of the 2 players coming around the corner, so fine-tuned that they just instantly fired on that alibi hologram. And unfortunately for them, it marked their deaths.
It certainly did. That was, you know, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty skeptical of it, but it worked out very, very well. Specker, great use right there. But at the end of the day, we're still on match point right now. DarkSided is on match point.
Yeah.
So SYF need to step up a little bit here.
Certainly.
SYF need to find some of that mojo that they had at the start.
Yeah, they started off strong. They've dropped off a bit, though. I think that's more to the fact that DarkSided have just been a bit more consistent. And they're sort of...
adapting better?
A bit more tight-knit together. Defense is maybe their thing on this map.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be stronger on defense than what they did on offense. And so what could potentially be our final round for the map? They're going downstairs. Look at that. 9, 10, 6, 6. That's a lot of kills out of the 4 DarkSided members. 10 kills for Virtue. He's the first one to hit double digits. Fletch isn't far behind him though.
Yeah.
Over on SYF side, 6 kills for Vast is their highest driver. I'm not sure about this, about how much impact the meeting hall has had so far.
2 rounds ago, we saw Cutie try and pull off a fight through it, but it didn't really work because SYF were just content to sit and watch the entire time. We've seen much with that.
Every time we've seen this hold so far, we've seen both teams. We've seen the teams both give it up fairly quickly. We've seen we haven't seen a successful hold of it. Like, it hasn't really stopped anything. We've seen people see the hold and then just not bother pushing through it, but just holding the angle instead into meeting. So
yeah, no one's committed to it yet. They've just left it.
So you could argue that the mean hall hold has done its job by forcing them not to push through, but it also makes it easier to watch your flank because there's only a single door to watch.
Pretty much. And right now, Jack Daddy is going to be the one dedicated to that meaning hall hold right now. I think the trick with it is they need to open up that mirror that he's playing on at some point late in the round to put some pressure onto the attackers without actually risking their lives.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. If they manage to retain control of the meeting hall, because they've been giving it up. Like, the players that have been playing in there have just been dropping back down to site fairly quickly. At about the minute 30 mark, they tend to do it. But not a lot of pressure has been placed on Jack Daddy here. I think they might just ignore it.
That C4 was trying to get the Havana charges off. It succeeded. Makes it a bit awkward for Virtue breaking that mirror, but if he can manage, and here we go, opening that mirror. Oh, Jack Daddy!
Gets the kill on Avas, who's on his drone, then expecting the mirror. And, of course, his teammate not reacting fast enough when they hear the ejection.
Always respect the mirror, otherwise that happens.
Absolutely. But Jack Daddy,
Oh.
of course... Oh, he managed to
Finished
tag up.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Jack Daddy's ready for it.
Yeah. Of course, Jack Daddy popping that mirror means there. So they've lost the information gathering that they had. So Joey, though, going to finally take out Jack. So you have to weigh up the worth of getting the kill to having that information.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think Jack Dad was saying that they're
someone right
starting
there.
to make their foot. And
Oh!
the plan is going down. Can he see?
He can hear it, but he doesn't have his C. They can't stop it. They can't stop it.
Yeah,
Joey
the
gets
covers there
himself, as God Legion takes out Spectre, Kitty though takes out Shadow.
Oh.
Like, Kitty's come around and gets himself a second. There's a third one there. God Legion has been taken extremely slow, as the plant is still down. 2 versus 2, but the health on SYF is so low right now. The Claymore gets taken out by Cuties. He's flanking his way around. Virtue pushing forward,
he
gets the
gets
pre-fire on the Redolent. That leaves it all up to God Legion, who I don't think he can push it right now. They need to try and go for the defuse. Him out. They're holding the angle. Cutie finds God Legion. That is a safe defuse. DarkSided is going to take map number 1 here.
That was really well done with it. I liked that. Virtue and Cutie with that retake, I didn't think they'd be able to do it because the plant came down with such confidence. There was great cover behind it that I didn't think they'd be able to retake in a situation like that. But Cutie just came onto that mirror at the right time, could take out the line in the lobby and pressure the other ones upstairs, and Virtue did his job downstairs. It was simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cutie did tremendous work on that retake. Got himself killed. Pushing through that retake. So he did really, really well to be able to push it through. And Virtue ends up on 11 kills. That is big numbers for them. And ending up with a first map advantage is tremendous for DarkSided. They're definitely going to be carrying that. And DarkSided just seem to have gotten better and better as that map went.
Yeah, really. They started off quite shaky. SYF looked like they might be bringing something to the table that DarkSided weren't ready for. At the end of the day, though, when DarkSided came to their defense, they really shined. And I'm looking forward to what happens on the next map we've got today.
Absolutely, guys. So, with that being said, we are going to throw to a 5-minute break here, as the players need a bit of a rest before we head into map number 2, guys. So sit tight, and we'll see you guys very shortly. Hello, guys. Welcome back. It is map number 2, match number 2. DarkSided with an advantage coming into map number 2. It is going to be Bank. Interesting, that is the exact same set of maps we saw for the last series as well.
It is. Thanks for the reminder of the microphone, Hawk. Couldn't have done it without you. Bank, yeah. Oregon and Bank, they're different maps. I'm liking how it's a lot. You can show a lot of different skill in it because it's sort of different play styles.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm very interested to see how this plays out. I believe that this favors DarkSided a lot. Like
Yeah,
I think that this is 100% DarkSide's.
Banks DarkSide's map, I
Yeah.
agree. It's been known as that in the past. It's going to be known as that in the future, I think, provided they can take it out on this. We'll have to see.
Yeah, 100%. We will have to wait and see. Only time will tell. And what do you think we're going to see like similar bans or anything like that come out of it?
Honestly, I don't know what to predict at this stage because we've predicted a couple of bans which have just been completely wrong so far.
Yeah.
Habana got banned. We don't know what we're talking about. But just waiting on one of the players to ready up here, and we're going to be going into that very shortly. But I think it would be interesting if we saw the ban again, and here we go.
Yeah.
Jumping in right now.
I think if either of these teams were watching the last map, watching the last series, sorry, they're going to see that. They're going to have to see the Habana ban coming, surely. I think we will. I think we will see it.
I don't think Habana. That was something that Outlaws did with a specific strategy in mind. It worked out for them. I don't think other teams are going to adjust to that and try and run that same strategy off on the day. That's my prediction.
I would like to see it. This is taking its time, actually. This is one of the longer ban phases we've seen here. And we are going to see a Blackbeard banned out of DarkSided. They banned Blackbeard in Oregon as well.
They did. Not a terrible choice in Oregon. I mean,
it's an interesting choice in Bank.
It is. Hoping they don't ban Havana right here, so I don't have to
That's a
hear my
quick
words.
ban out of SYF, though.
Gonna be. Don't get by. Virtue was running that and doing quite well on it. It's a counter ban just because of the last map. That's really what it is.
Yeah, so you were correct. No Habana ban.
Yeah.
So you were correct out of that. A very quick, another very SYF ban. And it's Echo being taken off the board. That's interesting. I can understand why they ban Echo.
Yeah, Bank is a very great map for Echo.
Great map.
Lots
for
of
Echo.
use. Not a surprise at all.
Especially downstairs in the basement. But DarkSided again taking a little ban than SYF. And it's going to be Maestro. So DarkSided have banned the exact same two operators. Both times.
DarkSided have banned Maestro because I don't think they've incorporated him into any of their strats so far. They're worried about what other teams have done in their strats. Like last game, we saw Outlaws use him in a very unique way that we haven't seen yet. And that's DarkSided don't want to be caught off guard by that. So they're disbanding him.
Yeah. They're
prepared excuse me. They're prepared for everything else that could be thrown at them. Hopefully. But everyone always thinks that, but it pans out. But Maestro is something that they're just gonna rule out so far. Until they see other teams use.
Yeah, it is something you expect to see an increased ban phase, because it just, if you're not comfortable playing on it, if you're not comfortable playing against it, it is, decent enough to ban, just to take it off the board, just because you are not certain about it. It's just, you don't want to verse something there's uncertainty around it. But as we get into here, we're going to see the basement defense hold first, the lockers and security room, lockers and CCTV room coming out. I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone should be surprised by that fact. I'm still waiting to see my mirror ban.
I don't think she's going to get banned because she's running a lot of strats. Teams will ban it if they want to throw other teams off, but that's only going to happen when they found replacements for running Mirror. And that hasn't happened just yet, 'cause it's the start of the season.
I think it's a good way, if you're practiced at not running Mirror, it's a very good way to gain an advantage over the other team.
It is. I agree with that.
Who practiced not running a Mirror? Like,
I think
it's just so... I think the first team that learns to play without a mirror, if they manage to ban it, they can pick up 2 to 3 games without being contested.
What'll happen, this is my prediction for long term in the season. People will eventually ban Mirror because they'll figure out how to play without it. And then Mirror will get banned for like 2 weeks straight. People will stop using Mirror, so people will stop banning Mirror, and people will start banning whatever Mirror was replaced with. So and then it'll jump around between a couple
You
things.
think the bans are going to be secular?
Yeah.
So they're just going to feed into each other,
Maybe not
into their
perfectly
counters.
circular. We'll go around in a wobbly sort of thing. But more or less, that's what I think is going to happen.
Interesting. I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
Right now, though, Joey going to be joining out the server room on a Glaz. Right, Joey's a big Glaz player from Taboo. He's surprising a push into server. A Glaz long angle style of attack does suit his playstyle a bit. Surprising at all?
It certainly does. And very little time being wasted here by SYF. Managed to get down. And managed to open up that wall. Now we'll just have to see what they can do with it with the remaining minute 30 left.
Virtue, though, taken down Joey. You don't need an echo to take in a Glaz. Virtue can just do it with the hollow.
Absolutely, he can. And Virtue getting himself a second as Shab's coming out. We've already seen one ace from Virtue. I dare say it. Can we see a second?
You just want another ace from Virtue. You're asking for it so much, but someone needs to shut this man down because he is just going crazy.
He's doing very well. He sees another one there. Oh, that's an interesting way to go about it. Doesn't manage to land the shot though. And now they are going to open up the walls, and they're going to try and start pushing their way in. They see the Valkyrie camera, manage to shut it out as well. Very popular spot for a Valkyrie. And the prep coming out here. 2 C4 players sitting right there just waiting. The communication needs to be on point with them because they both don't want to waste the utility.
And drop's going to come out from Redland. Where is he going to go for the plant? Right up against the mirror. Are they going to expect it? No, they're not. It's Gold Legion pushes in. Jack Daddy takes down with the smoke grenade as fast. Silences Jack's dad. Gold Legion finds Cutie. The planet's gone down from Redland. And that pulse is going to get knifed. What?
The knife from Redland. Beautiful, beautiful attack by SYF though. Very unfortunate that Virtue got gassed by his own teammate.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
But
I'm good.
Yeah. very Virtue got out there. But however, very good attack by SYF. Very controlled attack. They knew what they wanted, and they managed to execute it perfectly.
Yeah, that's yeah. That I need to say Twitch chat's reaction stream at the time, but yeah. So next round, that was a bit dodgy by SYF on the attack. Honestly, I think DarkSided fell apart a bit when smoke came through and they didn't really know what to expect. But they can pick it up again, win a couple of defenses. The defense seemed to be their strong point on Oregon, but you know, it's Bank. It's a completely different map. Things could change.
Yeah, Bank is a lot more. I want to say Bank is almost attack centric. I do believe Bank's a little bit attack sided.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The fact that there's a lot more you can do because defenders are sort of shut into. No, they can roam. I don't agree with that. I changed my mind.
But roam stoppage is so prevalent. Jackal, Lion, Dokkaebi. Granted, Dokkaebi's banned, but you know
you can hold different areas of the map.
I'm still with how easy it is to track down rope. Bank has become attack side.
I think it's back. You really can't say because one team. I don't know. I think it can be back and forth. It's not necessarily an attack or defender thing. I mean, defenders do struggle a tiny bit, but attackers struggle a tiny bit in the size. It's got its pros. It's got its cons. Overall, it depends on the strats. My personal opinion.
Speaking of strats, Spectre on that pole sitting in goal.
It's been used quite a bit by a lot of teams. Hey,
it's a very common place. It's a very common strategy. Very common place to sit from poles.
I remember from like a long time ago, earlier in like season.
It's been used since like season 1. Yeah, like season 2.
It went away.
It's been around for a long time. And to be honest, why not? It's one of the only spots in the game that is like uber safe for a pulse to actually gather information.
It is, yeah. I remember watching my first Pro League finals back when I was getting into Rainbow Six. It was Continuum at the time versus, I want to say Penta. I'm not too sure, but it was the final. It was match point of overtime, and it was Pulse in gold when they were trying to plant in lockers. I think that won them the game.
Yeah,
that was the most exciting Pro League I've watched. My very first one. Look, always hold a special place in my heart.
Your first is always special. But you know, you've got to. I'd be interested to see what Specker can do here. he's people are sort of going in and out of his heartbeat scanner, so he's not gaining an awful lot of info, but he knows that they're darting around. So you can infer from people going in and out and in and out of it that SYF are undecided about what they want to do.
Yeah, they're a bit unsure right now. They're taking their time. We've seen with a couple of teams earlier today that if you take your time and wait too long, it really doesn't pay off in the current meta. So I'm hoping that they gain some traction in a second, start to push into the site. They've got a lot of cover happening. They've got a flank watch, they've got people sitting on hatches watching. Red Alert looks like he's going to open this wall up and go for the flank. Hopefully it's looking good. Joey's covering from the Long England server as well. It's all set up very nicely. The biggest worry is C4 now.
Yeah, and here they are. The smoke grenades are coming out. It is Redolent with the diffuser. He is the one that they have to kill if they want to stop this. The plant's coming out. Wow, the fake out gonna stop where they're planting, and Joey's gonna find Cutie with that OT. Actually trading back on the Shab, but the plant did come down. They managed to stop it. I'm gonna presume that they think that they stopped the smoke grenade, and they still managed to get the plant down in. But Gold Legion finds Fletch on this flank as they're continuing to push their way up. Vast gets himself a double. Pepper run over each other to try and get up the stairwell, and that only leaves Virtue. He's in a 1 versus 4. He's in a world of pain right now as he can't stand up, and Vast is going to pick him up from the box.
Tough spot for Virtue, but Vast 2K on those two people flanking up the stairs was just great. They were both focused on the Hibana upstairs, trying to draw their attention.
They were just running over each other.
Yeah, they were.
Just like they were just running over each other. It was so different. Like it was such a bad decision. It's like, you know when you watch, you know when you watch like footy or something, and the whole team.
I don't watch footy.
And it's just like, you need to spread out. You need to give yourself play.
Yeah, you do.
Like, or else things like that happen. Like, and you just run into each other and they pick up 2 quick headshots.
I mean, they were going for a refrag, but then someone just came from behind, and it worked really well for SYF.
We're gonna see a 6-pick Ying.
A 6-pick Ying, I like it.
I know. I'm not.
Protect your bombs from being defused by
I'm not sold on how teams have been used so far. I think we've only seen realistically one good use of 6-pick. I think it's been. I don't think it's been hiding anything particularly fantastic or game breaking. Like I think what this new update is with 6-pick with the new format is nothing's changed in the game. Literally, it's all psychological, and that's what it is. And teams haven't really started reading into what each other's doing just yet because they haven't figured it out themselves. Once they've got themselves sorted, they'll start thinking about what other people are doing. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. But in my opinion, the easiest way to use 6-pick is to hide a very integral part of your push. I think that, or hiding a very integral part of your strategy. So if you can do something like, if you're going to pull out something different, you'd hide it with a 6-pick. Like if you're going to pull out like a cat can or something, you would hide that with a 6-pick, right?
Yeah.
But it's also useful if there's multiple strategies push something to hide something that shows a strategy that you're doing. So maybe a hard breach, like one push requires a thermite, the other one requires a Hibana. Hide which one you're doing. Something like that. Like I don't think teams are utilizing 6-pick to its full potential. So
sure, I think it's definitely going to evolve as this season continues, and we have a long.
Oh yeah, this is only the.
Oh yeah.
So we've got a long way to go, which is great because I love more Siege. So, however, Specker now he's getting a lot more information on.
He is just sitting there. So many teams have been running this. It's funny. It's cyclical. It's the strats in Siege in a way. They all change, but you see some similar tactics coming back.
Yeah, and Joey's just trying to like prone his way through. I'm not quite sure why he's proning the whole way up, but never mind, he certainly is. But then he just stands up and runs back. So that was a Habana upstairs.
Yeah. What's funny is a minute 15 to go and 5v5 full teams left for this blend to go down. It's going to be hectic if it's anything we've learned from when this situation occurs. Vast is going to be chucking out the same smoke he has every single round. And we're going to be going for another plant very shortly.
Yep, he's just waiting for the go word, and then they're all going to charge in. They're still playing very, very patient. They still have 50 seconds. Still have a ton of time to play. And there come the Candelas. That is the go mark, probably.
I'm not sure.
No,
I thought it would be, but
nothing else came from it. Okay.
he doesn't have any smoke grenades. They got ADS'd up, I think.
Oh, okay. So they're going to have to figure something different out here. And here come the gas grenades. Redolent, he's going to go for the exact same plant they did last time. The Candela comes down. The smoke grenade comes out.
Oh, he's getting gassed out.
Tagging. Can he get the plant?
He can't.
No, he doesn't. He gets gassed out. The C4 comes out. Joey's also found Cutie, and Shab found Virtue in that as well. Fletch took out Shabs though in reply. 15 seconds. All they have to do is stop the plant. The gas grenades are out, but the push comes in from Vast. Specker puts an end to that. Specker gets himself a second as he drops Joey G, and Godlegion is going to trade out Fletch. It's all up to Godlegion. Gets himself a second, but Jack Daddy going to put an end to that. And DarkSided by the skin of their teeth pick out that round.
Insanely close. Got it down to 1v1 that last second, but Jack Dad was in the right spot to close it out. Good stuff, but that ADS system really cost it for them, I think. It made them readjust their plans, and that smoke grenade tossed out by, I'm not exactly sure who the player was, but the smoke player on the side of DarkSided did for them.
Yeah, tremendously. To realize what was happening again. Because last time that they did that, he didn't realize what happened. Right? He didn't know what happened. So for him to realize that quickly, to say, oh crap, they're going for the same plant again. Like here's a smoke grenade going further on. I think that's tremendous work by the smoke player to keep his cool. To just say, just in case, we have to.
For sure. Now
I don't expect to see a six.
Yeah, I was about to mention the Cutie's hopping on Valkyrie, which is a bit strange, but he's jumping back on Jaeger. He has... Is he? Yes, he is. Just a trickster he is. Cutie's a bit of a Jaeger mate. A couple of games previously.
Yeah.
He's been doing good on it, though. I think he's definitely doing worthwhile.
He certainly has. He's been going tremendous. No six pick out of the attackers. Not really a surprise out of that. SYF picking a very standard income straight off of that. So, you know, again, the interesting thing about six pick is it plays into a mind game as if you are going to swap it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not. Like, you could pick something totally outlandish. Pick it. Right? They expect you to swap it out for something else.
Yeah, they could.
And then, you know, all of a sudden you're Tachanka.
Oh god.
Spawn peeking out of the door.
You said outlandish, you didn't say that far out.
Mate. If we're not, you know, we're not seeing Tachankas spawn peek out of back alley, what's even life?
What even is Sage?
I know, right? But focusing back onto this, we're seeing Archives and Tellers being picked up this time by DarkSided.
Yeah, and they're going to be running a strat hold upstairs. Janitor Closet is something that Atletico were using to exert some control upstairs. Successfully as well, I'd say. They sort of played a bit passively, and I'll see what DarkSided put their own twist on it with.
Yeah, well, it worked really well for Atletico. I don't think... DarkSided are obviously a much more aggressive than Atletico. So, seeing how they play it upstairs will be very interesting.
Yeah, sure. Now, with Shabs on the line, they're all concentrated around the main lobby right now.
Has been located.
Absolutely. SYF, they managed to make slightly... Do you think they're going to go upstairs? Or do you think this is just going to be a push our way in? They're opening it up straight away. Like they're not even worrying about this upstairs hold from DarkSided. They're just going to force their way through.
DarkSided look like they do have some mirrors that can keep them prepared for it though, as long as Virtue plays and this doesn't get taken out by this doorway. Oh, last drone will spot out Fletch. I think he might get a bit aggressive on there, but maybe not.
No, he gets droned out, so he's going to back up instead. Try to play a bit safe. You don't want to get spotted out and then try to play a mid, because it's just not going to work. People are going to be covering out for you at that point.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Actually, Fletch just made his way
Attackers
downstairs.
have recovered their diffuser.
This is a good spot for him to be sitting, actually. If they're not careful when they run past that hatch, Fletch will be able to headshot them. And at the end of the day, a lot of shots coming out, but really amounting to anything. And just as I say that, Fletch manages to take out Redolent from throws out a C4, does not connect anything just there. Jack Daddy has taken a lot of damage though in reply, and Virtue's been tagged up to about 75% health.
He certainly has, with a 4v5 coming out with 40 seconds to go.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Oh!
I know!
Joey!
Is that a one-tap trade?
Yeah, that was a one-tap trade from both of them. Joey, Joey and Jack Daddy trading 1-for-1 with them. I'd love to have seen that on from the players' perspectives. However, a drop down from Shabs. He picks up 2, drops Specker and Cutie respectively, and he's still alive. Fletch is finally going to manage Specs. And Vast on the side, taking out Fletch, so that only leaves us versus Fletch.
Oh.
But Fletch loses it. And SYF has been round number 4.
SYF, they're doing well on this so far. They're definitely living up to the expectations that we maybe expected from them on last map. They're picking it up this time right now.
They certainly are.
3
Three. Like that's some good work right there. Definitely. That being said, they did start last map very well. However, DarkSided got better as time went along. So I'll be interested to see whether something similar happens here. Whether DarkSided just, in particular, starts slower than normal.
The change on last map when DarkSided really is when the half swap of DarkSided went from attack to defense. Right now they're on defense, going to go into attack. So we'll see if maybe that's what they favor on this map. We'll see. Yeah,
that'll be interesting to see as well, actually. But that being said, if this continues, SYF are going to have an extremely comfortable lead.
Yeah, they certainly will. It'll be easy going for them from there on. This is going to be the last round where SYF are in the attack and DarkSided have their defense. We're going to see how it turns out.
Yep, and no 6th pick coming out for either team so far.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
So,
as many
with no
bombs
6th
as
pick on the final round, I think that's the first time we haven't seen about.
Honestly, I'm not too sure to think of the 6th pick just yet. It's definitely good to have the option in there, but I just don't know if it's going to have that big of an impact. And if it does, well, I mean, I don't think it's going to have that big. It's not that big of a mechanic, but I want to see teams use it well, and I just don't know how to use it well with that, which is what I'm struggling with.
Yeah, I think that is something. Well, we need to see innovation with the pick. We need to see what potential it can have. I agree with you. I am a little unsold on it. I think that it's got a much more.
Attackers have
It's got a lot of potential there, and I can definitely see some
locate and
improvements.
defuse the bomb.
But I don't think it's being utilized correctly or to the full extent.
And the mechanic as well for it to reveal the entire line. It's a change.
I like that. I do like that. I think that it helps you adapt on the fly, and it helps you come up with strategies on the fly.
It's
Right?
more realistic.
So you can know, for instance, you can know how many hard breaches you have to worry about. You can know.
Bomb located by
You don't
attackers.
have to, especially as a roamer. I think it adds a bit more safety, that knowledge.
You know, it makes teams not have to worry about options like Covera when they're picked. Not that she is picked very often or is that good, but it's a bit less uncertainty in each team's side, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing in a game like Siege. Uncertainty is something that shapes the way your team attacks, and if you're more certain of something, then you're a bit more confident. And I think that, I don't know, it's a change, but I'm not sure if it's good just yet.
Oh, that is fair enough. But seeing another heavy upstairs hold for VSD. It didn't work out last time.
No, it didn't.
In no way. I have to question doing the exact same. Failed so spectacularly last time.
It didn't really work out because SYF just ignored it and attacked horizontally, which is exactly what they seem to be doing once again.
Yeah, exactly right. Like if you don't have to fight the roamers for control of something, why do it?
Exactly. I like the mirror that Virtue's playing. The reinforced wall into the wall of the main lobby.
Yeah,
yes,
that works because they have control of the top floor. So that does play into their strength, and it means that SYF are gonna have to either do something about the top floor or push a different direction. Which you can see here, they're trying to push to Jack Daddy's left along the south floor. C4 comes out, doesn't land anything. So a bit of a waste of the C4, but that's alright. Specker gonna try and make his way down the south side. Jack Daddy!
Oh, Jack Daddy!
Gets him. Second as he takes out Red Alert. Specker takes out Bath. The cover and flanks come in for DarkSided here as they cover everyone off.
It all falls into place for DarkSided right there as Specker picks up 3 in the round for him. That was beautiful. Jack Dad pushed out as soon as that plan was going down, took out the cover, took out the plan. They all got baited into taking out Jack Dad when it was detected that Specker just came around behind them and they had no idea what.
Oh, absolutely. That was so great. DarkSided's coordination there was just on point, which was really good to see. It was nice to see them adapt to something that didn't work last time.
Yeah,
they essentially did the exact same strat, but executed it slightly differently.
Their top floor players played more flexible. They abandoned the top floor when they knew that
DarkSided was just going to ignore it.
The SYF were just going to ignore it.
FYF was just going to ignore it. We're seeing 6 picks here. SYF bringing that Caveira.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Caveira's pretty useless when it comes to Pro League. I mean, everyone knows where your team members are. The pushes are pretty coordinated. It's not that hard to spot someone else.
Yeah, and you virtually can never get off an interrogation in Pro League because no one is ever isolated. You consistently push in pairs.
Pretty much. You want to get those trades, and it doesn't really happen by yourself. I mean, it's a casual star. It's like low-level ranked player. It's not a great operator for high-level play.
So yeah, I do agree with you that the utility essentially, but when Caveira changes the way you play, knowing there is a Caveira out there changes the way you play. You play so much conservative. So being able to,
it's true that no one wants to be the guy that's interrogated, and look where Shaps is just going to be chilling. I wonder if he will be droned out.
Oh, 100% he's droned out. Right? Like even like mid-level golds, the first thing they do is check stop room, right? Yeah. Like you can't sit there and hope that you're not droned.
Sometimes the golds check more than the Pro League players.
That is true. That is true. We've seen some terrible droning in the past.
Oh, is this terrible? Oh no. Oh, is this? No,
it's smoke. That's not Shabs. He knows he's there. Silent Step is activated. He is on the prowl right now.
This hurts me. Please, no.
No, he is isolated. No. Does not. Killed safely.
Cutie is lucky.
Shab's gonna run off. Cutie is so lucky he was interrogated. But now you can see the rest of DarkSided. They are converging, right? Like they need to deal with this now, right? Like
yeah, they're trying to deal with it. They're going for the wallbangs of the Shabs, and oh, he's gonna get spotted out. Oh, Shabs!
And he is out of there. He vaults up to that railing, and he is piecing out a dodge, but he has done so much damage.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go cry.
And wise words from Elastic, I don't like it. Well, Shab says, watch this, and picks a 4K. It is only Fletch left now. Are we going to see the second ace of Pro League tonight?
I leave. This is just. I'm not okay with this. This is just incredible. Shabs is pulling this off like a beast.
Yeah, Fletch, he is in a world of hurt right now. You just... He's not comfortable in the slightest. You can see it. 25 seconds left. Shabs, they're gonna collide with each other. Shabs,
Oh, no.
he's on the back! Gets the ace right there with the Caveira. That is the second one of Pro League and the second one of tonight, Elastic.
Oh my god. I need to
Shabs-
Shabs a message after.
Shabs goes massive.
I think, is that the first Caveira ace? Like ever?
Ever in Pro League?
Oh my. Sorry, I just can't deal with this right now.
You were,
My head is in my hands right now. This. Oh.
that is... I feel like we need a caster cam to cut just to see Elastic's head just be hanging right now. Like... But, no, that is, that's something else.
Yeah, I don't know how to react to that. That was, Shabs can just. Yeah. I'm gonna send him a strongly worded message after this.
Well, should you be sending Shabs the message or DarkSided, right? Like, it's DarkSided's
Both
fault.
of them. They can all have strongly worded messages.
Wow. So, SYF now. You know, that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. Honestly, I am awestruck, dumbfounded. Just. Elephant in the room of Caveira. What the hell?
Well,
Okay.
you know, we were saying that 6th pick was not having enough of an impact.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think
we were saying 6th having an impact. There was a 6th pick Caveira that just solo aced DarkSided.
There was. And yeah, that's a perfect example of how sick I have to. You're right.
Like, we just got our wildest dreams handed us to it on a silver platter just then.
Yeah, I think honestly, 6th pick was perfect right there. Caveira, amazingly. It's that's yeah. Sorry, this is just not even funny anymore. I can't.
Alright, so moving back and focusing on this round, we've actually lost about 30 seconds. And not much has happened, but I say that and Virtue's just gonna pop Shabs. Shabs, he's had his 5 kills for the night and he's just gonna take it easy.
He is. He's not worried anymore.
Yeah.
he gave the team last round, and at the moment, he's okay with that.
Yeah, so they lost their bandit early on. Not really the end of the world.
Yeah. Joey is going to be chilling downstairs. Bandit, his utility gets put down in the start of the round generally, unless he's juggling, but I seriously doubt he was going to be juggling.
No, I don't think he was as well.
So, looking at how this round is heading forward, the bomb site we've got is the archives and tellers. I don't think Glaz is amazingly useful. Sure, he's great, and he'll definitely come in handy, but no. Oh.
Wow, Fletch.
He gets away with it with the skin of his teeth. He's actually, no, he's gonna get almost finished off.
They know he's there. They're hitting the railings though. He's now on the indestructible level.
I wonder if Mira's gonna use her C4. She did. That's 2 C4s wasted for 1 down. That's not terrible.
And he gets it. He gets up as well. Like, he's alive. So that's not. Yeah, I do agree with you. That's not.
Certainly. Lolly's also going up above. He's going to spot out the mirror. Fletch. That is going to be a good pick from him.
That wouldn't have happened if Fletch died.
They're embarrassed after last round.
Yeah.
They're trying to come back from this.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have happened if Fletch died. I'd just like to point that out. So Fletch is coming back with a vengeance.
Certainly, Jack. That is going to find Joey as well. DarkSided aren't putting down their mouse just yet. And God Legion will find Virtue.
Yeah, as God Legion peeks out, as he comes back in, he does get picked up a little bit. And he gets tagged down to about half health. It's currently a 2-on-4. I don't think SYF are going to win this round.
Ooh.
Skeptical. As DarkSided, 20 seconds left. They're
Redlands
looking
all
to
flashed
push
up.
in. Redlands actually, he's on for the plant? No, he's Redlands on the defending team.
Oh, the gas is
But the
coming
plant
out.
is-
He's gonna deny it.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. He's
Don't
moved
mind
to a
how
different
to
spot though, and he's gonna be able to continue it.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, Redlands picks
He's
it up.
gonna-
5 seconds left. He's pushing in. The plant is on the hard left. No, he's managed to get it down. If he peeked around that corner, he would have got it. He sees the diffuser. He realizes his mistake right now in a 1 versus 3. Someone is on his back. He knows it's coming. It's Specker pushing his way around on that thermite, just trying to hold the angles. And all from the stairwell, he manages to down one. Becker's going to turn around and take him out. And DarkSided do not go quietly into the night.
So close. Almost a clutch. He almost denied that plan right.
Yeah, if I so wish he had denied that plan.
Yeah.
I
It would have
so
been.
wish he had denied that plan. But we are still on match point. We are still on match point. Anything can happen. Only one round needs.
No.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's not match point. It's
No,
first to
it's
6.
all good.
You are correct.
New format.
I-
We've got this week until
Oh.
you have to blame us for everything.
Old habits die hard, people.
Yeah. So, anyway, similar sort of lineup from both teams. And going to the executive office, though, and Vast is going to be swapping to a castle, which is a good choice for the executive office. I would argue, considering every team's used it.
I think it's a great swap out. If they do commit to it, yep, there we go. All right.
Considering all their strats for upstairs have been involving castle, and they've been working out, so
Oh,
It should-
100%.
Attackers need to
100%
locate
it's been
and
working
defuse
out.
the
So,
bombs.
4 to 3. Pretty close game. Pretty close map.
yeah, 100%. It started off a bit one-sided toward SY. An ace from Kavera was enough to sort of anger DarkSided enough to come back into it.
Anger them. Shame them into action right there.
Yeah,
Bomb located by attackers.
Valkyrie cameras by God Legion are going to be going later on, but Specker disconnecting. Going to be not amazing for DarkSided, especially when they're 1 round away from match point.
5 seconds left.
Yep, and
Drone frag.
I'm not an admin myself, but I do
Attackers
believe
recover
that
the
this is
bomb.
unacceptable.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So, although I'm not an admin, so I'm not an
Don't
authority.
message us your questions on Discord. We don't know.
But yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is called. So we are going to be having a rehost, guys. Hello, everyone. We are back, and yeah, teams were ready sooner than we expected, but that's okay. And we are back with Bank. Currently 4 to 3, and we're very, very close to seeing our final winner.
Yeah, not too long now, and we will have the winner of 2 here. Or maybe not, maybe it'll be a tie. No matter. It's all for points in the overall tournament, but we will see.
Absolutely. I think SYF, SYF have to be hoping for this point, right? Like, since they lost the first round. For those of you who are wondering at home, every single series is a best of 2, essentially. You get points for, you get the most points for obviously winning 2-0. You get points for a tie. And then you don't get points if you lose. So,
The goal is to win.
Elastic with his nugget of knowledge. Gotta win. You want to get as many points as you can. And we managed to yeah, so we'll be interested to see exactly what's gonna happen as we are waiting for
Cutie to load in.
here.
If you have any spare CPUs, send them to Cutie, and hopefully we can get the game started by the time it arrives.
He needs to feed his hamster. But no. So jokes aside, as we do wait for QD to load, I have to say it'll be interesting to see how the
Defend
break
and
goes.
protect your bombs from being defused by
Because
attackers.
last time we had a rehost and a break, it favored Atletico heavily, right? So DarkSided being the stronger team, or sorry, the more experienced team, is it going to favor them?
Reinforce the wall.
I'm not sure. I think DarkSided, with my prediction going into SYF seemed like they had some good momentum going. I think I'll make a prediction after this round, but until the end of this round, I'm not really.
You don't feel comfortable making.
No,
That's the whole point of
I
the
d-
prediction. It's supposed to be before.
I think that
It's a prediction. It's a diction of the.
Attackers have
people are going to get shot,
Attackers
and
locate a bomb and defuse it.
DarkSided are going to win.
You're not a betting man, are you?
No, I'm 17. I don't gamble.
Yeah.
You're a bad influence, Blake.
Yeah. My bad. But, as we move on now, we're seeing DarkSided head to the roof. They're looking to try and take control of the top floor. Going to be doing a heavy top-down push here.
Yeah, there's not much opposition on the top floor. That's going to change when they start heading down, though. Because they are in CEO, and start to push on there. There's a lot of people in a very tight space. No real roam game happening, which isn't a bad thing, and I'd agree with it here.
Yeah, I'd agree. Actually, I would like to see a roam game maybe in the basement.
Basement, yeah, it's not terrible. You can come rotate up. Even if you're feeling especially gutsy, you can run out the sewer tunnel.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. Probably wouldn't go for it, but it's an option available to
Well,
you.
that being said, you're of the impression that a conveyor was a terrible idea later. Too.
If we
So,
start doing
you know,
all of my terrible
five,
ideas.
5 kills later. Good idea.
See, if we started doing all of my terrible ideas, I would understand if people started laughing at APAC again.
Yeah. But no, as we do move forward, unfortunately, we did have a dropout. I do believe it was QD that dropped out.
Fletch.
It was Fletcher, was it? Yeah,
He's
okay. Back in. Oh, it doubles up the name. Right, okay. So
Yeah.
it actually removed their name and doubles the name of it. Okay. Didn't know that. I think that's to do with the new layout. But anyway, as we move through, 1:10 left.
We have
No
the
one's
back
died
doors.
yet.
Them-
Nothing's been opened.
I think that we're going to try and see a sort of push into the back of the CEO desk area, which it's a tricky push to get, because if you don't take control of the B site, then there's a lot of angles the defenders can hold, and C4 throws that can deny any plant that starts heading down, especially the janitor closet as well. You need to make sure you've got control of that, which is not what DarkSided have right now.
No. Redline, he gets flashed up somehow. Virtue's going to manage to get the kill on the flash Redline. Shabs trades back on the Spectre though. And we're looking at a very, very explosive last 30 seconds here. Jack said he's going to open the last 30 seconds with a kill on Vast. And SYF sort of falling apart here. QD and Virtue. So it is only up to Joey. He's left in a 1v2. If he manages to take this out, this will be a 1v3 clutch for him. And if he does this,
seconds to go.
SYF will be
Attackers
one
are
step
activating
closer to
the
getting that map.
Defenders have
They
eyes
need.
on the diffuser.
Sorry,
Attackers
Hart,
need to
so
protect
badly.
it.
He has to be careful of that Glaz. He's got some smoke he's looking through. Oh, Jack Dad! Through the couch. He's going to pop his head off. OG falling down at that one, and it's going to be 4-all for both teams.
Hello.
Oh,
Just wasn't looking down. Wasn't looking at the right angle. Yeah, taking full advantage of that.
yeah, so both teams, this is going very close. It's maximum 3 more rounds left in this game.
Yep, we are very, very tight right now. 4-4. And I'm excited for how this is going to end.
Yeah, both teams have put up an amazing fight. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing SYF take this one, because I think they've brought a lot in the last map and in this one as well.
Yep, I think it would be very poetic to the series if it ended 1-1.
Yeah, and then we
it would be
revisit it
very
later on.
this series so far.
And then we revisit it later on in the... It'd be cool. But ultimately, right now, I think it might be DarkSided's. Judging off that round,
Protect your
they
bombs.
looked coordinated. It didn't look
And
like they had the best push idea, but they still pulled it off.
They were a man down and they still pulled it off. But, I think they looked a lot stronger after that. Pardon me, after that break. I very much want to see SYF pull this back though.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Well, I mean, it's even. They don't have to pull anything back. They just need to win 2 rounds in a row, and that's that.
Reinforce
If DarkSided win this one, I think they're going to take it out 6-4.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100% I agree
10
with that.
seconds left before insertion.
I think SYF,
Reinforcing the
if they
floor.
lose this round, FYF will be
5 seconds
too
left.
Camera activated.
mentally mentally
Attackers have
hurt.
recovered their diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The DarkSided will have the momentum as well, and it'll just be quite easy for them to clean up. If they change sides in overtime, then it might be a bit tricky.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the overtime time, the overtime side pick is totally random. So we could end up with another, like we could end up with how it is now with SYF on the defense, or end up with SYF attack and have them swap back out again. So SYF had more success on the attack than they have on the defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Both teams have had more success on the. So if this goes to overtime, I believe whoever's got the attack will.
I think DarkSided have had a mixed bag. They've shown some nice attacks, some nice defenses. They've also shown some abysmal attacks. Caveira ace.
If you get aced by a Caveira, that is a dismal attack. I will agree with that. But it's it'd be very interesting to see how this plays out. But with DarkSided, with about halfway through they sort of haven't really gained that much.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got plenty of time. They've secured the map. It's a big map. Bank, you got to take a bit of care.
Big map. And that's why you see the Jackal. It's just purely because of the size of the map. Jackal is almost mandatory.
Yeah, there's lots of options, but Jackal is all the best for clearing those rumors and making sure you've got control. A lot of these hatches are being opened up now, though. Jack Dad getting a lot of that utility out. He's doing his job. And now, up to the rest of DarkSided. Start to push in and get a plant down.
Absolutely. And it is currently, Specker with the diffuser on that thermite. Will he be the one to go for the plant on the server room? Judy going to be holding a very interesting act. Just to make sure that, no one rotates.
Exactly. Now, I'm interested to see. It doesn't look like DarkSided are going for a back push. I mean, it looks like they're going for a back push. Sorry, they're sort of ignoring the server. Wait, is that one person in the server?
Yeah, one person's in the server. Redolin gets flashed up. It looks like they're going to go for a patch right here on those. Judy flashes himself. Sorry, his teammate flashes himself. The smoke nades come out though. The smoke, the firebolts actually come. Specker has dropped. He's going to walk straight into Redolin. He's going to take that. Judy takes over from the diffuser. Jack Daddy's going to take out Joey. As Virtue trades out Redolin as well. That leaves us in a first right now. Vast is also down. Shabs gets the knife kill onto Virtue, making it technically a 2 versus 3. Shabs takes out Judy as well. So now it is a 2 versus 2. Can they pick up Vast though? Can they pick up and down Vast?
Wait, is that going to open up the wall? Can they see? He can see the diffuser now. Jack Daddy's in a great position. He takes out Gold Legion.
Yeah. So now it is all up to Shabs right now. He has to deal with Jack Daddy. Jack Daddy hard on the left. He's going to manage to do it as a bit of potato comes out from both sides. It is all up to Fletch. However, Fletch has time on his side. He just has to play safe right now.
They need to start defusing.
Yep, he needs to start defusing. Fletch is going for it. He finds the head. And I don't believe it. DarkSided pull out such an amazing victory there.
That was beautiful. They had a very nice plant right there. And then as soon as they got that plant down, tragedy. It was a 2 versus 4, I believe, after the down. It looked like a retake might happen.
It was a 2 versus 4 to SYF. Like, so DarkSided had the 4 people.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
They didn't. They didn't. You're right.
After the plant was down,
yes.
It was a 2v4 in favor of SYF.
Yes. So, great play there by Dark. They should pick up the SYF players like that, just one at a time. But SYF, I think the call should have been made to pick up Vast.
I think they could have, if they picked up Vast, they could have had a cover for the defeat.
Yeah, I think the call should have been made to pick up Vast. They needed to slow down a little bit, and then work on, actually trying to get the. So, I agree with you that now that DarkSided have won that round, I think that they're going to win this one as well. I don't think that SYF will be momentum at this.
Yeah, SYF are going to struggle from here. They're going to be in the defense again. So this isn't terrible. They might be able to learn from a mistake. At the same time, though, DarkSided can be facing the exact same attack.
Yes. So again, it comes back to that old adage: if it ain't broke, don't.
New camera feed up and running.
You know, are they going to successfully pull off the same attack? It worked. Well, actually, it had a lot of issues, but they managed to play it out then.
They did, and this is the time when they can adapt and maybe make it a bit better. But I always find it interesting that old adage, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you can say that about an attack, but it rarely works twice. Which, it's almost like it gets broken after you use it the first time. You need to fix it up a tiny bit.
That comes down to adaptation. Is the team you're versing good enough to adapt on the fly? Good enough to adapt to that strategy in that attack? SYF 100% adapt to it. This is interesting.
It is interesting. Shab's roamed before as Kavera. We all saw how that worked out, so maybe that's what he's going for again. Is Joey helping him out a bit? Yeah, they've got these hatches open. They're going to be
falling back. As soon as pressure is applied to them, they're going to be. I think they're going to be there to waste time, not really pick up kills.
I'm going to agree with you on that one.
DarkSided, they see the reinforced hatch-ups. Surely they know what's happening. Because that hatch is never reinforced.
No, and when it is, you know exactly what it's for. It's for some players in open it. Those players are going to drop though and just be playing some mind game.
Yeah, they've managed to drop it really quickly. It would be interesting to see whether or not, if they were spotted, what the mindset side of players. Like, hey guys, this hatch is open. Maybe they drop down, but maybe they're still hiding around. And so it'd be interesting to see whether or not they'll take the time to just drone everything, or whether or not they're going to try and push their way.
We'll see. But I think as long as DarkSided do their droning, they should be pretty solid in their attack here. Going to be pushing in through the server now. Shab's going to be forced out of there, but Joey's sitting there as well. Joey is still going to be sitting behind there, so if they pay attention to the drones, they're going to be able to pinch him in.
Yep.
It should be a free kill for DarkSided.
Yeah, Joey, no, he is going to get out alive. No one responded quick enough to where he was, so he has managed to get his way out. I agree with you. I believe his life was fit just then. It should have been anyway, but he does manage to get out safe. Which is, you know, really, really good news.
And it looks like Specca's going to go for a long rotate through that dirt tunnel, and they just need to double check that Joey isn't there anymore. They know he's not, so they can start to push in. And 45 seconds left for them to work a plant down with still a full 5v5 in what is a match point.
Absolutely, and this is DarkSided playing this very conservative. Arguably, SYF though playing this more conservative.
Yeah, I think both teams don't really want to give anything in case of, but in the end, one of them is going to have to. Otherwise, it's just going to fizzle out.
Absolutely, it is. So, 25 seconds left. This is it. This is what it comes down to. DarkSided going to be doing another hatch drop here. It is Specca with the diffuser. He is going to go for the plant. The Candela's come out. The smoke grenades come out. Specca is down. Specca is planting. Cutie gets one kill on the Shabs. Redolin picks up the fletch, so the plant is still going down. No one stopped it, and it successfully goes down. Jack Daddy picks up G, and that leaves us in a 3 versus 4. Make that a 3 versus 3. He's got picked up Jack Daddy. But Fast has been down at the same time. So that makes it a 2 versus 3 in this really, really tense match right now.
DarkSided are in a very good spot right now. They're going to pick up Vast. Redolin just waiting his teammates before he starts to push up. They have hatch control. Cutie can watch over that. He's going to peek onto him, but Redolin isn't going to fall just yet.
Alright, Redolin, slither of health, finally going to get picked up. And DarkSided are going to pick up 3 really quick kills, and a Claymore is actually going to finish it off. GG, well played. DarkSided pick up the 2-0, and they're going to take full points away to their ladder.
DarkSided for both of those matches just picked up really well towards the end of it. It was their style.
They got better and better as the game went on, as both matches went on, actually. And I would argue that the break actually helped DarkSided.
Yeah, let them gather their thoughts, sort of just let them see what was happening a bit easier. They're pretty content with it, I think.
Yeah, I think they should definitely be. They played very well. They did very well. Right? Like they got they got their 2-0 victory, and they get to move forward. I think the DarkSided should be very happy with that, and Atletico is 2-0.
Yeah, both games were extremely close today. Outlaws, I didn't really count on them putting it up as much of a fight as they did.
That is true. Both games tonight were fantastic. A lot of good fights, a lot of good games putting in there, and a lot of really fun.
Yeah, speaking of good fights, we've got some interesting ones tomorrow. Tomorrow's games, we've got Control versus Fnatic first up, followed by Dead Set and Taboo. You really don't want to miss those one, because those are going to be some amazing matches. It's going to be cast by Monkey Fist and Elastic.
Monkey Fist and Dev.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. I don't think you're.
I don't think about myself in third person.
No, so there's going to be some fantastic matches, guys. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to pick it all up. It's going to start at 7 p.m. again, same as tonight. On behalf of myself, Elastic, and everyone involved in Production Day, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.